Welcome to The Real Authority. Pamela Abdi and Michael DeLuca really need a better boss because they've been elevating Warner Bros. Beyond the reputation of David Zaslav because Coyote versus Acme was obviously originally a tax write-off and he was the one responsible for it. And yeah, this movie does live up to the hype and then some. Another reason why David Zaslav should go Anyway, this is the animation live-action hybrid based on Looney Tunes characters, and infamously was supposed to be a tax write-off before, thankfully, our voices were heard, and the tiniest bit of heart Zaslav had allowed for the film to be shopped to catch up. And this is not their first rodeo with these characters, because The Day the Earth Blew Up came out like a year ago, and unfortunately fell victim to a very weak weekend. Enough people enjoyed it and spoke out about the cancellation that thankfully we're living in a reality where this movie is able to be seen by millions. For me, it's so great to be part of this movement, but I can't take the full credit because there were thousands of individuals, much more daring than me, who basically spoke out and protested the cancellation enough so that it came out. So the premise is Wile E. Coyote basically has tried numerous times to catch the Roadrunner and it just failed. He soon realizes that Acme is the company that basically made the products that he tried to use for decades in order to achieve his goals. So he teams up with Kevin Avery, played by Will Forte, a lawyer who basically represents him, and they take this case to court. Simple premise for this spiritual sequel to Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Yeah, I do feel like the acting's great around the board. Like, a lot of it has to do with the voice acting, but Will Forte as Avery, I did feel he was a solid muscle in order to keep this story together. Like, his comedic timing's really strong, but also his charisma. Like, you do understand his situation and his inexperience, but also adhering to the looniness, pun intended, that the situation puts upon him because he's dealing with Wile E. Coyote. He's an animal, but he's also a person too, damn it. So yeah, he did great. Eric Baza, I have to shout him out. I mean, he's the guy who basically voices a lot of the characters in the Looney Tunes franchise now, and this is no different. I just have to give credit to him for absolutely bringing these characters to life and making them entertaining. Like, I know he hasn't been there since the start. That was like Chuck Jones and some other individuals. But for modern day Looney Tunes, as broken as it is because of Warner Bros., Baza has been loyal to this franchise, and you can see the love and passion. He was one of the individuals who was like, release Coyote versus Acme. So I didn't want to go through this review without crediting him. He's absolutely deserving of attention, and I can't wait to see where this takes him. Dave Green's direction is pretty solid. Granted, it's complemented by an absolute blast of a screenplay, because Sammy Birch absolutely understands this franchise and this world in a way in which I feel like some of the other Looney Tunes movies really didn't capture, namely Space Jam: A New Legacy. This is Looney Tunes to me. Like, as a person that grew up with this franchise and these characters, it's just so refreshing to see not only a continuation of that, but also a reinvention, given this is a my only nitpick is that when it starts, it's kind of like you're getting used to the animation style in here. But as this movie goes on, it just clicks. The comedy is absolutely there, but I also do feel that this courtroom scenario, for lack of a better word, just fits very well. Like, Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, like, they haven't been explored beyond, well, the meet meep and blow up and chaos that ensues. This movie actually develops that dynamic in a way in which you're actually going to be surprised. And I feel like the legal situation just allows for this to be explored in a way in which you are not expecting a movie to do, especially in this capacity. It's like, it's a crazy idea, and it just works. It's an idea that's too crazy to not work. And it just leads to a lot of Looney Tunes hijinks while also just being interesting in general, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit in a lot of ways. Dare I say, it actually equals a lot of that charm. Like, I do feel that the darker tone of Who Framed Roger Rabbit connects with me more. And maybe it's because it was shot on film and just the animation and live action bit kind of worked for me more. And this is definitely nowhere near as seamless, but the fact that it still looks damn great doesn't make a difference. On top of that, the pacing at 1 hour and 43 minutes, it just flies by, but you're always engaged. And Brandon Trouse's cinematography is solid too, so yeah. Coyote versus Acme, you already knew it was going to be great. The Real Authority approves. On behalf of me and everybody else who vocally protested the cancellation of this movie, you're welcome for helping get this released. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, comment your thoughts on the movie, and let me know what your favorite Looney Tunes movie is. Like, is it Space Jam? Maybe Bugs Bunny Roadrunner movie? I know there's not a lot of, like, live action and CGI hybrids. In fact, come to think of it, the animation and live action, like, blend is kind of a staple of theatrically released Looney Tunes movies. Maybe this is the best for me, but what is it for you? All right, peace.